the heart of the forge where the embers glow, and first searches high and low for the steel that sings like a blade of fire. He'll face the dark and never tire. The cost, the weight he bears through endless nights and battle stares. Each strike of the hammer, each swing of the blade, the journey is long but he's unafraid. Through the ash and smoke the flames grow higher. He won't back down and forge his desire. Steel in his heart and fire in his eyes. He'll rise above, he'll touch the sky. Steel in the fire, forged in the night. A hero's path, a warrior's fight. He'll seek the power in the iron's call. Through the flames he'll conquer all. For every battle, for every test, he'll find the strength, he'll give his best. With the heat of the forge and the clash of steel, he'll shape his fate, he'll make it real. Echoes of war, the cries in the air. He's forged in the struggle, he's learned to dare. In the shadows of mountains, the caverns deep, he hunts for the ore that never sleeps. The stars above and the earth below guide him onward as the embers glow. With every blow, with every flame, he carves his legend and earns his name. Through the ash and smoke, the flames grow higher. He won't back down and forge his desire. Steel in his heart and fire in his eyes. He'll rise above, he'll touch the sky. Steel in the fire, forged in the night. A hero's path, a warrior's fight. He'll seek the power in the iron's call. Through the flames he'll conquer all. For every battle, for every test, he'll find the strength, he'll give his best. With the heat of the forge and the clash of steel, he'll shape his fate, he'll make it real. He feels the burn with each molten strike. The lessons he's learned, he's tempered by flame, unbroken by fear. The echoes of courage are all he hears.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Pax Dei, Search for Steel. Kemp here's the avatar, and Daniel is your host. I think I nailed that. I did. Pretty cool. Someday that will be really cool, and everybody will applaud and cheer in the chat. But for now, no. And that's okay. We're just starting out. I'm starting to modify my YouTube settings so my channel gets a little bit more visibility, if you will. Okay. Let's see, what do we got? We have nighttime again. Gosh, I always do that. See if anybody's around. Nobody immediately around. I found lemongrass the other day. It goes down here. Oop, too far on the escape. Wanted to do this. There we go. And I think we can go through and do this. I can sign in Discord on the other screen. They're asking me for my login code. Of course, on the other screen, so you guys don't see it. However, we will do this because there's some features that are needed on the Discord itself, where if I have my Discord signed in, I become a founder because I am founder. So we will sign in and we will see where to do that. I think it's here. My God, they buried that QR code stuff. There we go. Log in. I'm in. And let's see, I gotta read everything. This will allow the developer to manage your Discord's friends list and block users, access your server, channel membership details, Access your friends list and their online. Update your activity. Send, receive messages. As long as it's on the Discord server, I will be okay. There we go. Okay. Success. So hopefully that puts me as a founder as well. Okay. So we have food that we have to figure out what we want to do here, because I need better cooking stuff. Better cooking provides better health and such things like that. Let's see. That's what I really want, is this fatty boar stew. I need to find these bolete, maybe? I have some, but I need meat strips and boar neck. Let me see if I have any boar neck lying around. I probably do. There we go. Got a few. Hit R. Wanted to hit E. There we go. There we go. Take 5 of those. And then I need meat chunks as well. I think I can get meat chunks from... I think I have meat chunks. Let me see if I have meat strips or chunks. There is a difference, so be very careful. Meat strips. So I need meat strips. After I get a mushroom. Mushroom should be... Here it is. There we go. I gotta find more of this. Let's see, what was 16 give me anyway? I don't even know. Ugh, not many. Yellow onion and meat strips. I got plenty of yellow onions. And I just gotta find them. I put those there yesterday, so probably have to go all the way over here. Figure out. Yellow onion. Oh, there's some rabbit. Cool. I'll pick those up. For meat strips, I think I can get meat strips out of rabbit. I think I can get meat strips out of all. There's a yellow onion. And let me see if I have some meat strips just lying around. And probably enough that I don't have to worry about actually going to get more rabbit for meat strips. But let's use the screwdriver. There's meat chunks. You can go from meat chunks to meat strips. Where's the meat strips? There it is. So you need meat chunks to get meat strips. So use the rabbit. And then you make the meat strips. Oh wow, that's a ton of meat strips. That's okay. I'll take it. And is that? There's a ton of meat strips. Okay. All right. With that said, we were going to go over a few things tonight. One of them is, well, let's go through the list. We were going to talk a little bit about character design in MMORPGs, culture and leadership. Of course, that's an ongoing thing. So we'll probably jump right to the ancient philosophy meets current psychology. So let's talk about that MMORPG for character customization. So first thing, right off the bat, why does it matter? Of course it matters, because you're increasing your immersion into and your attachment for the character, right? The immersion into the world and the attachment to the character. You want to craft who you want to be. Like I created Emphier. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make him tall, muscular, you know, actually all burn hair. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go all out because that's not what I look like. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. I'm playing something or somebody that I am not. Imagine that. So the ultimately, when you look at all those medieval designs and who you feel you want to portray within the world, I'm more of a ranger, blacksmith, maybe a little bit. Did I get all three? Awesome. So basically what I'll do here is I'll probably place that. Let's see what I got there. 197. Yeah, it's a lot better. I need to go find some of those freaking mushrooms. This is ridiculous. And one of the things you can do is look online, because you definitely want to take into account the online resources, right? You don't want to pretend that you can find everything on your own. And it's an MMORPG. Technically, I can ask somebody and say, hey, does anybody know where these mushrooms are? In this case, I'm not going to. But I am going to go get some arrows, because I need arrows. Need lots of arrows, because I am an archer / ranger. Alright. So if I were to ask Grok, because I can, Grok 2, well actually this is Grok 2 with a new feature, so it's new. I forget what it's a new featured one. So what I want to do is I want to make sure the spelling's proper. This one. I want to hover over that real quick. Select it maybe. Back. Really? Bolete. Bolete. So where can I find Bolete in Pax Dei near Gale? So AI using it for MMORPGs is like having a friend sitting next to you and you're talking to them. Love it or hate it. It's awesome. So it says in Pax Dei near the region of Gale, you can find these mushrooms as part of the game's gathering resources. No shit. Specifically noted, it's an earthy taste. Okay, thank you for the taste. It's actually kind of cool. We might have a cooking show coming up just for Pax Dei stuff. So be prepared. I might not be able to get some boar, so we'll have to substitute. Probably pork. And if we do venison, I gotta find somebody. But that would be awesome if I can find some venison. Let's see. Specifically, palatable. According to the game's mechanics, the mushrooms can be found in various locations, but specific spots near Gale are not specifically listed in general guidelines. However, there is an interactive map. Interesting. Get in forums. All right, fine. I'll ask. It's saying like, hey, why don't you talk to somebody? Imagine that in an MMORPG. Oh, yeah. All right, so we'll start off gonna say it's in the forest. I bet you any amount of money. Which means I just have to go left. Wow, I passed a boar. I finally got those curved pieces of wood, so this guy is doing amazing. So we'll do a quick wave. Actually, we do it that way so he can see me wave. That what they're talking about is up in the spooky forest, is up here. That was funny. Oh. Let's see if I do this. I want to see what kind of 196 and 168. That's a better combination than I've had so far. I do have rosemary, so I can actually create something. I know where I can get that now. That's a pain in the butt to get to, though. That's a rabbit. I might as well get the rabbit. Kill him at his front door. Don't kill rabbits on my front door. Okay, mister. Let's see. We will be traveling for a while. Yeah. That is crazy. The good news is I can sprint a little bit. Kind of corners. Gonna be a big corner to cut. Yeah, while I run, I'll try to make sure that I hit that. Okay. So we were talking about I have so many windows open. Player customization. So right now, with that interaction, I'm part of the community, right? So think about different things in that vein. Really? Did I go? I might have went the wrong way. But ultimately the understanding for any game customization, especially when you're starting out. Oh man. Went the wrong way. Let's see if I can find a way out of here. There's a way. Oh, no, not that way though. There's a way through. It's just a pain in the butt. Okay. So, and you want to personalize the character. I mean, that's ultimately what it boils down to. You want to look like you want to look, and it's definitely one of those different things that you want to. That is not the Misty Forest they're talking about, by the way. So that's interesting. Did they add something? Pretty cool. Oh, it's morning. So it's the morning mist, which is really cool. I like that. And now I just kind of cut straight. I think I need to go straight, right? Almost. And there I go. That's a bore. I'll just outrun it. Not in the mood. All right. Let's see. The second step: class and role diversity. Ah, crap. Hopefully they won't catch up too fast. Yeah, I'm going the wrong way. Oh, cool. There's a road here. But I really want to, Oh, I know which road I'm on. Oh, I took the wrong way. That's a really cool stair, by the way. So the role is a big deal, right? So what class are you and what role are you? Basically, in Pax Dei, we're all we can say we're royalty, but we're not. But what we can do is role diversity, right? So what am I? I'm basically, for all intents and purposes, I'm a ranger. I'm really good with a bow. I have a lot of different skills. I'm better with a two-handed sword than I am with the shield spear, by the way. I just use the shield and spear. Not that I need them. But the two-handed sword, and here's a game tip for Pax Dei as you're creating your character. The two-handed sword, or the great sword that I use, its durability will reduce quickly because I have to block with it. So not only do you swing with it, but you block with it. So blocking takes a lot more of the durability out of the weapon than the actual swing does. For example, a shield's made to be durable against attacks. So they actually meaning developers, created a way to make the durability of shields more rugged. Whereas if I blocked with spear, the durability would go down quickly. So there are two different aspects to that. Yeah, I almost thought that was somebody. Anyway, so those are the two things you really want to focus on when you're looking at role diversity. When you're weaponsmith, right? You can get to be a weaponsmith fairly easily, right? And the big part about being a weaponsmith is, well, I shouldn't say easily. Let me see. When you're looking at Pax Dei role diversity, depending on what you want to do, the job you want to do within the game, the developers have stated that they don't want everybody to be. Oh, I want to go this way. To be a master of all trades. And this is the problem with telling everybody where you're going. Because I bet this guy is going exactly where I want to go. And he's going to try to get the mushrooms, so I'm going to try to get. So that's a pain in the butt. But anyway, and this is where cultural and ethics come in, right? Do you race to that area to get those mushrooms before a person that asked for them would go? And the answer should be no, by the way. But I mean, because it's not nice to do, honestly. Man, it's so far away from my house. There we go. All right, so this is the spooky forest that they speak of. So I'll go in here and I'll see what I can do. There are all kinds of creatures. So what I'm looking for is mushrooms. So I have to start walking. There's some dire wolves in here for sure. There's stalwart. Black trumpet is another mushroom, but I don't need it. I didn't think it would be in this forest. I thought it would be in normal forests. It's alright. Why would people lie to me? Right? Right? Alright. Death caps. Used for alchemy. Alright. So the developers basically said you shouldn't be you're not going to be the master of everything. So your role becomes a little bit more important in Pax Dei. Like I can be a tailor. And you have to go out and specifically farm for tailoring linens and cotton and wool. So you have to do a little bit of hunting. Everybody does a little bit of mining and a little bit of hunting. So much so that you will get to level 40 fairly easily. That's a bear. I don't think I want to take it or try to take a bear right now. Man, there's like nothing around. Well, I found stuff that I don't need. So once you figure out what you want to try to do or how you want to try to portray your character, like you could be a chef, you can create an inn. This is what's cool about the game. There's actually somebody in Gale that created an inn and invited people like, hey, come over to the inn. When we get gold, we'll actually be able to really, purchase stuff off of everybody, which would kind of be kind of cool, actually. And since I can't find gold anyway, I might as well sell at something. You know what I mean? That's a dire wolf. Don't think it sees me. Freaking dire wolves all over the place. Now, if I'm gonna fight a dire wolf, I'm gonna do it on my terms, right? There we go. I could have done great. I knew that was 2 and I went for the extra. The damage accumulated is very interesting. Alright, so what you don't want to do is take too much damage with some foodstuffs because your regen on your damage or on your health isn't as quick as your stamina, not by a long shot. Wow, look at that. Alright. Not a happy camper with that kind of light coming in. They said the spooky forest. I don't see nothing. But I see a heart, so I'm wondering if that's where I find stuff. I've labeled it a good spot to farm. I know there's a couple people that live in these forests as well. All right. Let's go to the. So when you do look at your archetypes, right? Tank, healer, hybrid roles. In Pax Dei, it's more. It's not necessarily like a class feature. Like I call myself a ranger. I do hella damage with my bow. And with a two-handed sword, I can actually do a little bit. That guy is looking for the mushrooms. I know he is. He lives right there, that's why. Not that way. Let's see where I am. I'm close. Don't work. I don't need any of that. But yeah, so don't think of Pax Dei anyway as tank healer, you know, that kind of thing. There are healing classes in Pax Dei if you find the right magic. That's a bear. I don't want to fight a bear right now. What's that? Hops? I don't need hops. Just looking for mushrooms. Sun is not my friend right now. I can't believe someone lives here. Anyway, so Pax Day, like if you go to like Throne and Liberty, yeah, definitely tanks, mages, you know, they have the traditional classes. Could you do that in Pax Day? Yeah. But you're gonna have to have at least a secondary job. Tailor, smith, jewelry smith. You could be a oh geez. I mean, I'm everything right now. I'm a jack of all trades, even though that's not really allowed. I am definitely one of those. I am definitely going to take out this wolf. Oh, come on. Really? There we go. Direwolves are actually harder than, what's the, growlers now? Or at least it seems it. I'm trying to keep it at a decent pace. Like I said, I can recover stamina faster than I can recover health, so we definitely don't want to sacrifice too much health. So Pax Day, like I said, a little bit different than normal. Yeah, it's mustard. I missed that. Oh, I did because he's right there. Okay. Oh. That was my own fault. That was stupid. I had him like twice. I failed twice. There we go. Barley. Alright, let's head back in. I'm out of the forest. Yeah, Pax Day just takes longer to get to those like healers and tanks and stuff like that. So don't let it dissuade you. Pax Day is a marathon. It is not a sprint. Just FYI. So don't ever think this game is a sprint. If you want something to satisfy you quickly, where you get powerful very quickly, this is not the game for you. Although if you work in teams and gather and spend some time, yeah, it's fun. No doubt there. Gotta be a little bit more purposeful. I'm thinking I need to go up there, so I'll go up there. It's another house, but I think I'm on the edge. Yeah, I'm on the edge, so I'll go this way. Let's see. Narrative integration. Ooh, that sounds impressive, isn't it? But basically, it just means characters that fit in within the game's world building, deepen the immersion and storytelling. Don't play something that nobody wants to be friends with. That's basically it. Isn't that like life, though? Got the grumpy old man archetype. I think that bear's near here. Can I get up there? I might be able to. No. That would be death to me, so don't do that again. But I gotta stay away from that bear. I just gotta get up, keep up with the I gotta stay close to the wall for now. And I don't think I can get down from there, so I am... That bear somewhere. That sun is not my friend right now. It's near. There it is. There it is. We can go this way. They live right next to a bear. I mean, right next to him. I wonder if he can close the door on him. That'd be funny. Bear, big bear, chase. Big bear, chase me. What was that? The Great Outdoors? John Candy. Welcome. Not a good rendition of it, but still funny. Let's see. So the narrative integration just means make a likable character. It really does. You don't have to create that gruff character. If you want to create a gruff character, you have to have like an anime gruff character. Meaning, anime has some of the best characters that would rub somebody the wrong way, but they show enough of their personality where they're accepted and they're even admired by some of the players, right? With the group itself. So keep that in mind when you're looking at different ways to create a character and integrate them in the story. So the background, right now, Pax Dei doesn't have a good story yet. Wow, I can't believe I made it up here. Okay. And I cannot fight a bear up here. I need room to fight a bear. Red onion. I got plenty of red onion though. Jeez, how much meat on? I say I got plenty of red onion, and then when I go to use it, I'm not gonna have any red onion. And I'll be like, I had that opportunity once to get the red onion. And it's like, not like I'm gonna carry a lot of mushrooms back. From the looks of it. I don't look like I'm gonna get any at this point. Man, really? No, I'm still in the forest, so let's keep going. I might find them. Nah, it's not them, it's death caps. The interesting part is, I wonder if these are actually representative of actual... What is that? It almost looks like iron, but I don't think iron is here. Tin. Of course it's tin. the most abundant mineral in Pax Dei. Let's see. So in Pax Dei, there's no real. You're really working off a personality, just like the real world right now. So keep that in mind as you're playing the game, because what you don't want to do is craft a character that's so gruff, so antisocial that you're not going to be friends with anybody, or if you're friends, it'll take a long time for the story to unfold because people just won't. I'll be like, yeah, I'm out. I won't. Once the reveal is there, it's like, okay, cool, thanks, I guess. You did it to yourself, and I'm happy you're playing the character you want to play, but I don't have to play with you, right? So just keep that in mind. And sometimes there's a valuable characters. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes it's a lot of fun to have the gruff barbarian, right? But again, heart of gold. You want the heart of gold. Oh, that's an old boar. I should be all right. Nope. Let him attack first. There we go. Really? Really? That actually hurt. Heck, man. Let's see if there's anything else over here that I didn't see before I stepped on it. I do like the exploration of this world. It's really. Againthir's been through it, through the grinder. So any of his friends that he is that a bear? That's a bear. I'm not gonna take a bear. That's man. Did they just send me on like a fool's errand? Does they want to see me fight a bear or something? Either that or that guy that was ahead of me decided to take all the shrooms for himself because he heard me in the chat. But I'll also remember that guy's name. It's a lot of rock and a lot of falling. Alright, so we'll do this. See if I can find a way down, because I'm really far up. Not dying. Since there's no mushrooms. Yeah. Oh, what was that? It almost looked like a group of mushrooms, but it wasn't. These kind of mushrooms, I think I can find. These are skull caps. I don't need skull. I got plenty of skull caps. Freaking box. Trying to find a way down that won't kill me. That might work. That worked. All right, now we're back to mushroom hunting, which means we walk. All right, let's see. So that's you want to tie it to the lore, right? So when you talk in roleplay, you can associate different aspects of the game. went 3. That's all right. I should have went. There we go. 1, 2. There's a pattern to the dire wolves. And if you just keep it, 1 dire wolf is not a problem. Multiple will have a problem. And there still is a glitch where some animals will like regen really quick, and those are the ones you just have to run away. Because I should say dire wolves I can't take. Boars maybe, but dire wolves definitely not. These are death caps. I don't even have to walk over here to see them. Man, there's like nothing here. That's red apples, I think. I'll take them. Not that I can make anything with red apples yet, but they're always good to have a, looks like red onions. Oop. Yeah, might as well take them all, right? Oh, neat, yeah. Run into these guys. Maybe if I go toward them, I'll get a little bit more mushrooms, maybe? I don't know. Lots of death caps. Interesting. All right. So let's see. Progression systems. So design progressions. All right. So basically, this is telling you about you need to look at your skills and trades, right? This is one path that you have to start. Now, at first in Pax Dei, you can go wherever you want. Because you're going to have to, right? There's certain aspects to the game where you're going to have to level up your tailoring and your leatherworking and your mining and your woodcutting and your carpentry and your blacksmithing. Carpentry is basically your house. So the better carpenter you are, the better house you can be. So yeah, that is a thing, and you're going to need to do it. But by doing things, you're going to raise your level. So, for example, you're going to cut wood because you need wood, but cutting wood is like all the time, every day kind of thing. So you're going to be a lumberjack. A lumberjack. That was Monty Python, and that was a great skit in the 70s, nonetheless. Wow, this forest literally has nothing. It's like a dead forest. I'm kind of listening at the same time I'm doing this stuff because I have to listen for bears so I don't get too close. Getting surprised by a bear, not great. Not a good thing at all. I love the sounds of the forest. They did a good job because it immerses you into the environment that you walked into, which is, I think, brilliant. This looks like impure iron ore. As it is impure iron ore. Lots of impure iron ore. And what I do every once in a while, because they do track where the baddies are. And I'm heading right for one. There's a lake here, though. Wonder if the mushrooms are in the lake. And keep in mind, I do take a Zevia break every once in a while. Not a sponsored spot, mind you. Zevia, it's a 0-calorie soda. Its sweetener is a natural sweetener called stevia. Stevia plant is natural, by the way, guys, but it doesn't spike your insulin, so it's not a sugar. It tastes sweet, but it doesn't act like a sugar. But it's like 1,000 or 10,000 times sweeter, by the way. It's. I had a powder on my hand once, and I licked it off, and I was like, that was the wrong thing to do. Nothing. Somebody decided to. I mean, if you're gonna build, I suppose build on a lake, huh? That is crazy. I'll keep going because I need this freaking shrooms. And the cost of doing this is going to eat into the stew that I made with them. So at a certain point, my costs are too great, and I should just leave. But I need them, so I need them to go up in cooking as well. So I need to make better food. So progression system, there's unlocking different things and jewelry and levels, and each thing you unlock, you will grab more and more levels, which unlock more and more things. So keep that in mind as you're doing. These are really tiny. 10 though. I was thinking maybe they're special. I thought I heard a bear. No mushrooms, no bears. No mushrooms I want, I should say. Plenty of mushrooms, just no mushrooms I want. Cultural. Consistent design reinforces immersion and creates distinctive identity for the game. Character design reflecting medieval European aesthetics, but with creative twists. Basically be your own person. You can add a little bit of modern talk and, be that person that's like, just delete yourself. What's delete? I don't understand delete. You can get that interaction, which is kind of cool. They are black trumpets. I do need black trumpets. Did I find them? I did find them. That took forever. Do I have to mine to get them? Why can't I get them? There we go. I was gonna be disappointed there. I picked up 7 from that. I'm gonna find that. It's fine. There we go. I can always drop that crap that I just picked up, but let's go find more mushrooms, because I only picked up 7. That is crazy. Skull caps. See if there's any more up this way before I go down. Yeah, so quirky natures, different speech. You don't have to be medieval, speeches or anything like that. That's not the name of the game. You want to have fun, so have fun. More skull caps. My God. I see something in the middle of the road. Oh, is that more? No, it looks like wood or rock. It's rock. Not a big deal. Worth checking out. red onion. Might as well pick these up. I don't know when the next red onion. There's a ton around here though. See where I am. I am still where I need to be. It was funny, they changed the controls from verse 1 to verse 2, and I couldn't get run down because I thought they didn't change it, and then I read something in Discord where they're like, oh yeah, we changed run. You can change it back if you want, but we changed it. I was like, you sons of guns. Okay. That's fine. Not what I was looking for. So one of the things that you want to do for your character is you want to make sure that you implement the mechanics of the game, right? You want to be, if you're awkward, that's great because you're inexperienced, right? So you can say, hey, I'm inexperienced and role play that, right? And it's pretty good. It's a pretty, I've had different experiences with different people who are just amazing at combat. And as you get closer and closer, or you play the game more, you have different strategies with different animals, and you definitely will fight something one-on-one differently than you do in a group, and you might avoid something. So yeah, experience is a big deal in any world. So when you do look at experience with the game, you can tie that into role playing. So don't look at your inexperience as a negative. Think of it as a positive. Oh, barely caught that one. I really need to... Ah, come on. Getting a little carried away with my pattern is what happened. If I move from this position, for example, I don't gain advantage. So I'll just continue to block. And I will just continue to do what I just did, and I'll win. But strategy is finding the opening, right? If I ran away from a dog, they catch up really quick. Bears are a little bit different, so I can peg a bear with a bow and continue to do it from a distance because they'll stop to attack, which gives you an opportunity to hit them with the bow. All right, so I'm gonna be careful around here. My enemy is to my right. And I'm really just looking for mushrooms. You know what I could do is figure out where that freaking lake is. Go back to, because I think these mushrooms are more toward the lake. And I know my enemies are not at the lake. Alright, so I need to find a way down. Okay. Probably this way. There we go. I looked at my inventory back at the house, so I could see getting the rabbits is actually a decent thing to do. Not for the skins or anything, but for the am I not? No. Oh, what's that? Flax. I don't need flax. I need shrooms. Alright, let's see. Balancing and adaptability, and understand that with Pax Dei, you're not going to be, depending on how you play it, you might not be as balanced as you think you're going to be, which is okay. I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's just understand that the game is designed, and that's what you have to do within the limitations of the game. You are designed to be as balanced or to a degree where you're concentrating your effort, right? For example, if I'm concentrating my effort to be a blacksmith, then I'm going to be a really good blacksmith. However, I'm going to have really good mining skills. I'm going to have a little bit of different. I need carpentry skills because I need to make a furnace. So there's a lot of different skills that you have to apply to the actual abilities, right? That you're focusing on, because if you want to play this game and focus on just one ability, understand you're going to be focusing on that one ability, but you have to dip into others just to get or make progress. So don't think that you are going to get away with not being able to or be able to be a master of everything in here. As I mean, I'll point it out here. My baking's level 15. I am not a baker, although I am a really good butcher, which is charcuterie. Wood cutting and mining, like I said, go to 40. Fletching, I'm actually a really good archer, but not that good of a fletcher either. I only have 286,000 left on that. I really need to go into that. And blacksmithing, I'm good, but I'm not good at weaponsmithing or armor smithing. Well, I'm decent. I'd say in the 20s, and you're decent. I never really thought of anything on the wine making and brewing. Right now I don't see a benefit, meaning I don't fight the monsters that use cold, or they don't use poison as much. I do have a poison cure-all, but those are an ice cure-all in alchemy. So there is a way to balance yourself with the different classifications of foods and brews, alchemy and the alchemy and the I don't want to leave the forest just yet. I only got 7 of these things. I've been here before. These are not the easiest creatures. No way. I think I died on this. Just go this way. Forget. That was a horrible shot. It's only a 4. Is that even a... That's I think a green apple tree. I don't need a green apple tree. Green apples aren't used for anything yet. Let's see. So gear is another aspect to this. If you don't go out and fight, you won't get the specialized gear. Like, I have shoes that make me run faster for 8 seconds. I also have a demon hunter's robe, which if I wanted to, I can stop something in its tracks for a certain amount of time. But for the most part, I haven't found any. There's a couple named creatures in here. They're usually in dungeons, and you normally need a party to actually defeat. So there are things in here that you can defeat alone. Like, I almost defeated a named creature in the other realm, in the other world. However, I messed up. And put that one of the mushrooms. Is this another apple tree? I'll take it. That's for brewing, actually. Cider, hard cider. I need apples. Mushrooms are like non-existent, man. Not the ones I want. right, let's see what else is going on here. Community-driven design, social interactions. Yeah, if you uh, join a group or a clan, and the clan's like, hey, we really need a blacksmith, and none of us want to do it. Do you want to do it? That'll drive your purpose, right? And odd how everything I'm talking about is kind of associated with real life. If you think about it, certain things you are driven to aren't necessarily your own first picks. They're usually out of necessity or for the good of the community or the group. Back in the day, where a community needed to thrive or needed help to thrive, if you were strong, you would be turned into something into the strength realm. Whereas if you were dexterous, maybe you were doing a little bit more adept work or more delicate work. If you had the patience or ADHD or ADD or whatever, and you were highly hyper focused, maybe you did other things, right? So back in the past was a little bit different than now in the future. For the most part, and I keep saying this, Thor from Pirate Software said it best, your job is only what you do to make money. It is not there for any other purpose than to make you money so you can go do what you want to do. The Japanese have a really close saying for this. It's called an otaku. Otaku is basically somebody who's so into a hobby that their work is secondary. They really just that's all they care. So they go to work and they literally don't like team events. Why? Because I could be doing my hobby. I don't need to be here, right? And I'm okay with people like that. I don't know if I was forever when I was younger. I don't know, honestly. I might have been more against that when I was younger because I didn't understand it. As I got older, I'm like, yeah, I'm an idiot. Those people are very useful and very cool. And we should all align ourselves with that kind of thinking. It sticks. Golly, man. This is basically what you do if you really want something. Can I go find another spooky forest to do this in? Probably. Probably find a lot more. You just don't see any. That's that's a different one. Fly argilic. Argenic. Again, bears. There's something over here. That looks like clay and flint. Man. Stay where I am. It should be making left. All right, let's see what else is going on. So, yeah, community-driven design is basically where does your clan need you, or where does the community in the game need you? Sometimes I've become a healer when I really didn't want to be, but I was driven toward it. So I'm like, whatever. So I did it. It didn't bother me, and I enjoyed the group, so it didn't really bother me in that aspect either. So I was like, okay, whatever. I like loaded up already. I don't even know if there's got somebody around me. There used to be somebody around me. Perhaps. Black trumpets. Man, this is crazy. keep going this way. I've already been here. Maybe something regens. This is one reason why I don't like actually saying something out on the chat. Because if somebody heard me and they're like, ooh, oh, that's right, I need those. Let me go get them before the other guy gets them. And that was green apples. I didn't get those. That's right. Cool. I don't like it matters. Inventory exploring. Alright, so let's talk about ancient philosophy, because I love to throw different phrases. For example, see if I the idea engage in critical questioning to uncover deeper truths. We spent some time into this. This is more of a Socrates. I can't keep telling Bill and Ted's Echo on that adventure. It was so great. But basically, he's driving the use of self-reflection to question assumptions and make better decisions. Basically, hey, let's look inside ourselves and question why we think a certain way. It's like a third-order thinker, if you will. The first-order thinker they really only think about themselves. They don't think about any progression thereafter. Everything's about themselves, and they really don't. Oh, okay. I don't think so. Oh, crap. Yeah. I'll drop that. And get the Inoki again? Maybe? There's Inoki. Any more Inoki? I know I dropped one. Oh, there was one. Inoki's a different mushroom, but it's useful. It was at the base of a freaking tree. There's the guy. Oh, I'm glad I looked down. I hated to do this combat, not this. There he is. Boom. He got you. Oh. Man, he's coming all the way around. Really? I'll take extra damage for that. Weird. I blocked twice. I don't know why. I should be able to take him. Man, I took a lot of damage. Means I'm gonna have to take a health potion. There we go. Take the health potion. Yeah, that was just stupid. I'm hoping that it opened up some kind of mushroom that I need. Is that another one? You know what? I gotta check out over there, so let's see if I can. There we go. Really? Let's time this or I'm gonna die. I think when he jumps, I can get the ray. Nope, I guess I can't. Glad I can take that potion again. That kind of sucked. Is that my timing is going to be off and I set that up to my own fault. Yeah, nothing. Anything up there, maybe? Not seeing it. So stupid. Get up there. Yeah. You see any monsters while I'm walking down here? Before this settles in. Man, these mushrooms are so hard to find. No, man. Plenty my butt. Alright. So Socrates basically was saying that introspection is what you need to do to be more than yourself, right? So you use self-reflection to question your own assumptions and the assumptions of others. And it takes that moment and it provides when you self-reflect, you question your own morals and ethics, right? Which is a good thing. Crap. I was like, dude, there's somebody here. Who is that boy? Who's taking my shit? I know he's taking mine. And there's my assumption, right? So I have to do some introspection in that one. Why would I think that? He was just running by. I don't even think he noticed me. Done here. This is pointless. I found one thing of them. And it was only 7. Only 7. Let's see where I'm over near a road, so I'll just take the road at this point. This is stupid. There we go. It would be helpful if I got on the home road. Alright. Let's go find something. Alright, Aristotle did the golden mean. You might have heard about the golden mean, but if you hadn't, virtue lies between excess and deficiency. Balance is the key. And by the way, as we go through these, I should provide a little bit more context in leadership as well, because introspection for a leader is so necessary. This the Socratic method, by the way, is what Socrates came up with. Engaging. Basically, you want to foster the dialogue, right? You want to be able to critically think through what is going on with people that work there, right? You don't want to assume that just because they work there, they want to work there. That's one. And the other thing is you don't want to assume they know the goal. So you want to question yourself and say, all right, so I didn't get this on time. Was I clear? Was I clear on my instructions? Question yourself, because maybe you weren't. Maybe that day you really didn't have an option that you liked. And keep that in mind as you're going through these exercises in thought, because philosophy will teach us, and please don't get me wrong, modern philosophy or modern psychology will be a party to the actual how should I say? There's nothing under the sun that hasn't been thought of or done. And I say it's very few things, right? Because there, of course, there's something, but I call it very few things have been done under this, that have been changed under the sun, or have been. Oh, there he is. I can't take those. Not even close. So we'll walk away. We'll walk away because I need to be alive for when I find stuff that I need. All right. So Aristotle with the golden mean, virtue lies between excess and deficiency. Balance is the key. Well, balance is what he's always saying. Balance is always the key. Let's take a more modern view of, or more modern saying. Balance is the key. Moderation in all things. Remember that? Did you know? And I did some research on ChatGPT with a couple of my friends. I didn't realize, and talking about moderation is the key. In 1970, what's it? Yeah, let me get that stat because it was so interesting, especially when we're talking about moderation. How much sugar in pounds is consumed from 1900 to place in the dark years. This and AI is so great. I can't stop saying good things about AI because AI is awesome. All right, so if you look at in 20-year intervals from 1900 to 2024, in 1900 to 1919, so in that area, you're looking at about 60 pounds of sugar per year per person. By 2024, we are eating 152 pounds per person of sugar, not grams, not per day, per year, pounds. There's a lot of variability in there. And even ChatGPT says, or Grok says, there's a lot of variability in the data. But let's talk moderation, guys. Seriously? All things in moderation? Remember when we used to call them treats? What's the definition of treat? This will blow your mind. What is Webster's definition of treat? We'll use Webster's as a common source. Something that tastes good, especially something sweet that is eaten for pleasure rather than for nourishment, a delicacy. Right? The act, practice, or manner of dealing with something, handling, an event or item experienced or enjoyed. Well, treat, in and of itself, if you read the definition, it just means something sweet, right? Back in the day, a treat meant, hey, we're going to have a treat. Rarity. Today, you can get it every day. You can get it every day. There's nothing treat about today's sugar content, especially candy or, any of the sugary drinks that are quote unquote treats. And that's okay, but we just have to take it in moderation. Wow, I'm surprised I didn't take any damage from that. That's pretty impressive. And I'm surprised there's no real smoke. Interesting. There it comes. There it is. There it is. I honestly don't know what's in here. Not my mushroom. Where's the other mist forest? I mean, I guess I can find it here. Definitely not going to find it up there. You know what? I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go through the gate real quick. We're going to go through a gate tonight. I'll show you. This gate is not a... it's not a PvP gate. So let's see if I can. Whoa, I'm not gonna make it down alive anyway. Let's see if I can go down this way. Maybe. Let's see. Cool. That was not wholly unexpected, but nice. So when we think about tree, I just want you to understand that when we talk about moderation, everything in moderation may not be good for you, but in moderation you can withstand. For example, alcohol. In moderation, like 1 or 2 a year, your body has the time to recover, to actually take that poison and remove it, right? See if I can find this road. There's some red poppy. I will always take blackberries, though. Sorry, small, rough animal hide. And I am headed toward the gate. In this gate, I don't have to worry about dying, so let's see what they have over here. I can always teleport back, which is nice. All right, so let's see. Stoicism teaches focus on what you can control and accept what you cannot. Does that sound familiar? There was I guess, a prayer designed. I don't know where the prayer came from. I am because we are, emphasizing community and interdependency. And this is another thing that we talk about culture on this game is, and in real life. That let's take this to the extreme. Let's say the sun spit out a solar flare or a magnetic storm that took out all electronics. All electronics. We're talking from small to large. Doesn't matter. All electronics are now gone. What is society going to do with that? Oh, by the way, just to give you an idea, look at that. This is one of the gate rooms. It is pretty cool. I love it. It's like a little tub. And you have to reload on the other side. So when you look at different things like stoicism and when you look at Ubuntu philosophy is an African philosophy. I am because we are, emphasizing community and independence. Excuse me. So that was an error on my part. Stoicism was focused on what you can control and accept what you cannot. Is it the way I want to go? Okay. So this map is very big. And this is the ancient wild ones. You can actually choose to live here. I just didn't. Where I live is the Merry Wildlands. This is the ancient ones. Not that it's any different, mind you. Meaning there's still the same biomes. There's not anything as rare as anything. The animals are pretty much what you'd expect. It's a player land, and the only gates are back the way they came. I think down here, which is PvE. Maybe, let me see where I can go. Maybe I'll go down to that gate. Let's see, I have to cross. Is there a road that I can use? Alright, let's go down this road. Really, I gotta get to this river. I can probably follow it around. Alright, let's go. Let's see, We're heading into the home stretch for the podcast, however. Let's look at the scenario. Let's have some fun. So solar flare hits Earth. Well, not the flare, magnetic storm. Killed all power. Which means transformers don't work. Power plants don't work. Electronics don't work. Cars, they're dead on the highway. Even older cars, yes. The starter is electronic. So the anything that has an electronic start or a starter, gone. You can't start it up. So now you're basically back before cars existed, right? Back before, but electricity still exists. You just don't have a generator right now. So if you have somebody as part of the community that can build a generator, now you have power, you have lights, you have air conditioning. You just have to build the windings and the transformers and know the power and the formulas and be able to calculate all that, not from a computer or AI, in your head, from learning, right? So think about that as we go through this scenario, because it's very important that the Ubuntu philosophy, the African, which I did not know Ubuntu was named after this philosophy. I am because we are, and it makes sense now, so much sense, because Ubuntu is a free, or I shouldn't say a free source, it's an open source operating system. Wow, that is impressive. That's impressive. I'll just run by these guys. We got me. Oh, speeding by. That's funny. Okay. So with that said, you have this Ubuntu philosophy. I can't believe I just now figured that out. I love podcasting because I learn something every time I bring up these subject matters, because I'm not the expert, right? I'm learning as we're talking, which I think is fantastic. So if you have any comments, put them in the comments section, because I like the new way of podcasting versus the old way of communicating, at least in the way that we used to. Yes, it's for example, news and how you read a book, you couldn't ask or collaborate unless you were going to school, right? If you're going to school, that's a different story. How many of us go to school? I don't even know where I am. Just taking a look. So where the heck am I? I did get to that eye before, so where I thought I took a southern road. Oh, here. So if I continue down this southern road, yeah, let's continue down the southern road. Okay, but I love it. Ubuntu, really, I am because we are. Freaking makes so much sense now. It just makes so much sense. Okay, so we have this scenario, and when we look at the community, you can focus on what you can control and what you cannot, right? You accept what you cannot. It doesn't say possibly accept. You have to accept it, because if you don't accept it, there is no way you're going to survive. But here's the key. Just as like we have in the game, you have in real life, except in the game, most people are going to try to kill you. Oh, really? He's got to be a little bit farther away from me. There he is. Right about there. Nope. Oh, there he is. Where'd he go? And I'm not going to be able. I don't see him. All right. Anyway. So once you accept the fact that there's no electricity, you gotta find food, you gotta find water, clean water. You gotta know how to make charcoal filters, for example, in order to ensure that the water that you do drink, that you can get a hold of, you can filter not only the impurities but the bacteria out. Right? So you can boil it and then put it past through the filter, and that should do you, honestly. But you gotta be able to do the filter. So charcoal filters are fairly easy. You just have to know how to do the charcoal without burning up into ash, right? So you want charcoal, not ash. So essentially, let's not go into the survival talk, but the community survival talk. Community is what you'll have to survive with, because each person on their own is just going to gun people down. Remember, guns still work, but they're going to gun people down for food and for water, right? And that's not a good world to live in. That's why we created societies and cultures and admonished justice, or not admonished, but created justice, whether good or bad, for little or not. We created these mechanisms, these institutions, so we could live in a civil society where we could go to sleep at night without worrying about not waking up. Right? It looks different. See what it is. It's 10. All right. Jeez. Still, it's hard away from that game. Alright, so let's stop for a second. Alright, I'm gonna go around here. Really? Give me one second, so I guess, screw it. All right. So these are, why would we grab or institute these concepts, right? So I am because we are. Without the we, you're basically just you're fighting for survival every day. It'd be worse than hell. And the reason I say worse than hell is because at least in hell, all the bad people are going to hell, right? When you're talking about the situation that we're talking about, you're talking about innocent people. Just in its innocent people not being able to sleep comfortably at night. They might snore, and snoring brings bad people who have no culture, who have no moral compass, no ethics. They just want to survive. So they create for what they got. That's not a world I want to live in. And I'm sure that's not a world for anybody that's listening wants to live either. So that's why these philosophers, if you think about what happened in the grand scheme of things in the world, you come to understand why tribes exist, why cities, states exist, right? Let's see here. Might when I go to I don't want to go too. Oh, crap. Right to the right to where I go. I want to make a hard break. Okay. Running into the sun. So, philosophy of yesteryear, the ancient philosophers, and creating, crafting. I'm thinking. Let me see what I got here. I might be able to do. Oh, cool. That was a chance. But you know what? It's not a bad chance to take. There's nothing around me. I would have been fairly good on where I am. And so before I run. I think this is what. Let's see. Yeah, it's the path I want to be in. Accurate. I'll go right above. Right. Let me go let's see. Plato gave us people often see only shadows of the truth, enlightenment requires effort. Basically, people lie to you. You're gonna have to do some critical thinking. I think Plato wasn't Plato Socrates' teacher or vice versa? I have an AI. I will ask who was the teacher. Who was Plato's teacher? Yeah, Plato was Socrates' student. So it makes sense that when he says people often see shadows, since Socrates said, look into yourself, right? Because basically what you want to do is you want to do the critical thinking, which makes sense. Wow, this is horrible. I'm gonna get my skin done. All right, but yeah, so Plato's basically saying nobody tells the truth, or there's shadows of the truth, which basically means that people don't tell the entire truth; they just say they want to say, right? And it makes sense. Not everybody. Well, everybody has their own agenda, right? So when you apply these to leadership today, or even companies, or anything today, right? You want to ensure that you're stating the proper axiom. Is it an axiom? See, this is where I throw myself. What is an axiom? I know what it is, and then I second guess myself on the podcast. Statement of proposition that is regarded as being established. Yeah, okay. An axiom. So these can be used in leadership, right? Confucius says harmony in relationships and societies arises from mutual respect and duty. So here's that cultural and belief system. When you have mutual respect and duty, harmony is the is the fruit of that tree. Think, and I'm doing flowery speech, but think about it. In leadership positions, you want people to mutually respect one another, and find duty in what they do. Meaning the duty, whether it's about the corporate job or the duty um, about themselves and how they do their job, right? Not necessarily the job itself. I don't think many people care about the job itself, but they care about the outcome of the job itself, right? Really? I guess I was really far away from you. There we go. So, ooh, still back up. He's undead. Oh my god, how many badgers are over here? I think I'm going that this way. Yep, this is the road I'm taking. And I'm gonna go around this entire. Okie dokie. Got mushrooms. Fine. I knew it. You gotta check, you know what I'm saying? There's Maple Day. Is it Maple Day? I don't know that's right. So you're looking for leadership, and even in that scenario we're talking about, you need people who will not necessarily trust one another. That trust takes time. But if you find harmony, mutual respect, right? If I am going to take that's really cool. Sorry. I'm gonna take a moment on the pause because somebody did something. Really? I just don't see how. I wonder if I can get up. I don't need it. Okay, let's go straight. Anyway, so as we're talking through these things, any comments in the comment section would be great, because I'd like to hear your opinion. I mean, how would you foster a lawless society? Because remember, once something to the effect of knocking out all electronics, vehicles, everything, people are going to be looking for food and water. So honestly, it's going to be like, yeah, I ain't got time to. Your police officers, the ones that you hire, are going to be like, well, A, who's going to pay me? And B, why should I stick my neck on the line when I got a family to feed? I got a family to take care of, right? And that's ultimately the question at hand. I'm gonna make a right, so I gotta go that way. Yeah, that way. So no. So even in today's world, where we still have law and everything, we want to ensure that everybody's on the same page, at least harmony, right? You don't need to like somebody. Creating harmony is a really good philosophy. And Confucius has a good point, right? Mutual respect and duty might be a little bit far for somebody you don't like, but that's okay. Man, look at that structure. Man, I am in the wrong lands. That is really cool. You did a really good job on that. Luckily, I don't need. Well, I should. Does anybody have a blacksmith out? water. Really built it on the water. That's pretty cool. There's an alchemy bench. I have an armorer's bench. Bet me that's blacksmith, carpenter, blacksmith, jeweler table. That's the cooking area. There's steel workers for sure. Really need armor. Man, they took some time. I like their warehouse. Watching, jeweler, carpenter, blacksmith, weapon, maybe armor? Yeah. That works. And I'll do the weaponsmith real quick. Alright. Now I can get out of here. I really like this place. Did a great job. I love the garden. That's pretty cool. Great, that's a very cool house. And I'm heading in the right direction. Look out. Ah, ate the wrong thing. That's alright. Let's see. Carpe diem is Horus. Seize the day. Focus on making the most of the present moment. That's interesting. I think that's a good statement once in a while. But basically, you want to be grateful, right? You want to be fully in the present so you can do other things. Live on the other side of that mountain. What I don't like is the fact that they reset all your alright, let's see where I'm going here. Let me just straight. Ooh. Definitely want to go straight. I gotta play this smart. I don't know what happened, but I'm getting out of here. Something skipped a beat, and it's something. Might have to just go home at this point. I'm not sure of the terrain. Seriously? Man, that. This is why I don't like going through the border with a monster right next to it. Seriously? I only have 18 more animals to do that too. You know what? I'm gonna head home because I really don't have anywhere to be. All right, let's cut it there. We're at 2 hour mark, and I really want to go into this into the different aspects of philosophy. So if one piqued your interest, I can go into depth on most of these because I've written about most of them. Not all of them, but most of them, and I forget most of the things about them, so we can learn together. With all that said, let's cut it, and please comment, and I'll answer them if you have questions. Definitely talk for sure. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I started the music video. I keep saying the music video, I had it done and I was like, no, I don't like it. So I'm recrafting it and I think I like it better. So once I have this version done, I will throw it out there on my music station. So look out for that. It's called Closer Than I Knew. It's an alt rock song and it's about I think people will like it. It's got a good catch to it. It's got a lot of good it's got a good tune to it. It reminds me a lot of early 2000s, late 1990s era alt rock. So, but I'll make that announcement on X. I am on X. I am on LinkedIn. Find those links in the description below. Share it with your friends, by the way. If you find my conversations are kind of cool and my Pax Dei tips and role playing tips are pretty cool, throw them into the mix by sharing the video or a snippet of the video. With all that said, I will let you guys go. And as I end all podcasts, be kind to yourself, be safe, and be kind to everybody else as well. So if you're in the West or in the East, have a good night, have a good day. We will see you this week. Actually, we'll see you Saturday. I might not make it on Friday. I will post it on X if I'm going to make it on Friday. Not sure just yet, but if I am, I'll see you Friday. If not, Saturday. With all that said, have a good night. Have a good day.
With every step, a lesson learned. From fire's heat to the fields I've turned. The blade and bow, the forge and flame. I sharpen my skills, I play the game. Each day brings a challenge I must face. I train my hands with careful grace. From alchemy's art to the hunter's way, I'll find the strength to seize the day. I carve my path, I walk the line, in the shadow of the ancient sign. Through trial and toil, I'll find my way, learning more with each passing day. The skill of survival, the will to thrive, in a world where the strong survive. I face the night, I'll take the chance. I'm ready to fight, to learn to dance. For every strike and every fall, I'm building my strength, I'm standing tall. In the heart of the wild and the calm of the night, I gather my skills, I'm ready to fight. From the herbs I find to the iron I mold, each lesson learned is a story told. The stars above, they guide my hand. As I hone my craft, I take my stand. In the quiet woods, in the mountains chill, I push myself, I shape my will. With each new tool and every lore, I'm stronger now than I was before. I carve my path, I walk the line, in the shadow of the ancient sign. Through trial and toil, I'll find my way, skills, I'm ready to fight. The road is long, but I won't turn back. The lessons I learned keep me on track. With each new skill, the stronger I grow. In the face of the storm, I let my courage show. I've tasted defeat, I felt the sting, but I rise again with each new spring. For knowledge is power, and wisdom the key. I'm forging my path, I'm breaking free. The skill of survival, the will to thrive. In a world where the strong survive, I'll face the night, I'll take the chance. I'm ready to fight, to learn to dance. For every strike and every fall, I'm building my strength, I'm standing tall. In the heart of the wild and the calm of the night, I gather my skills, I'm ready to fight.